Well, welcome back. Ask any parent. Raising happy, healthy children has never been more challenging. And this morning, our guest, she can help. Her new book is called Mayo Clinic Guide to Raising a Healthy Child. Welcome, Dr. Angela Mackey. Here is the book. We got to show people. You're a pediatrician at Mayo Clinic. What is a main struggle that you're hearing from parents?
You know, I think what I'm hearing a lot from parents are the questions that we really tried to cover in this book. But one of the main things is, how do we raise children to be resilient in this 21st century? Because there's a lot of mental health struggles that we're seeing in our children. And we want to try to equip them with skills early on to help them deal with the challenges in life that are sure to come, because all of us face different things that are going to be challenging and stress our resiliency. And that's a really important concern that I hear from families.
Because the challenges that parents have today are far different than those even 20 years ago,
Absolutely.
Right?
You know, every generation has absolutely had their struggles, and I don't want to downplay what has previous generations have gone through, but they're different now. You know, we're raising children in a digital world where there's different sources of concerns for their safety and their well-being that other other generations have not had to address.
Absolutely. So just looking in this book, I mean, it literally has everything. I mean, things from recipes, which is great for quick recipes, even down to as little as when do you call the doctor when your kid's sick?
Absolutely.
Right?
You know, we try to cover everything from health and wellness, safety and nutrition, but also just talking about behaviors and emotions, common illnesses, complex medical needs. But also there's a section for parents too, because it's really important that we talk about families, and every family is different, every family is unique in the challenges and the struggles that they have. And so we've really tried to make sure that everyone's voice is represented, and there's something that every family can find in this book that's helpful.
It's kind of like an all-in-one guide for people.
It is. That's why we call it the Guide to Raising a Healthy Child. Yeah, absolutely.
There are many pediatricians out there, but what made you want to write this book?
You know, the reason why I wanted to write this book is there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of information on the internet that's directed at families, and it's really hard to know as a parent which information is accurate and which information you can trust. And so, I mean, that's what I'm hearing from my patients and families, and Mayo Clinic really, you know, is a trusted source of information. And we've tried to present the latest evidence-based information about raising a child in this 21st century there, but make sure it's practical and adaptable and useful for their life.
And your book covers ages 3 to 11.
Exactly.
Why that age range?
You know, Mayo Clinic has really started to create a series of books. We've created pregnancy, we've talked about baby's first year and kind of up to age 3, and this is the next in that series of books to be a source of information for families.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us.
We
really appreciate a very helpful guide right here. Just paging through it, there is so much you can learn and take away, so thank you so much. A Mayo Clinic Guide to Raising a Healthy Child is available at major bookstores everywhere, and we're going to post today's segment and a link to the Mayo's website on our 11 a.m. show page on KARE11.com.